just one of the many, many songs that has made our guest VGMA Artist of the Year. What a pleasure to have Dan Hamilton on the show this morning. Hey, you do all.
Oh, Charlie.
And I have to say, I mean, let's start with that acceptance speech. Yeah?
Okay.
Which
part?
That was something.
Which part, though?
Well, I like the way you said Jesus Christ is
It's
cool,
like that.
Yeah, but tell us how it felt. Standing there after a year of hard work.
I know, right?
Being given this accolade.
I have to tell you this. I don't see this as when you see it as work, then it becomes hard. For me, I don't see this as hard work. I see nursing as work, but I see this one as ministry, as passion. It's something that comes to me naturally. It's never hard work. It becomes hard work when it's a job for me. But I absolutely love what I do, so much so that if I'm having 3 hours of sleep and waking up to come for an interview, it's okay. Okay, so it was just, instead of using hard work, your passion paying off like that, your joy, what brings you joy, actually yielding results. And that feeling was good, I have to be honest. Yeah, that feeling was good.
Of course, as normally happens, in that moment, you wish you could remember everybody.
I know, right?
Yeah, yeah, but I think you did.
Did I try to cover everything?
Well, you mentioned a number of very important people
Yes.
who you considered to have contributed to your
I
success.
consider pillars of my ministry. Yeah.
Now, just before, in the morning, when I was talking to our very own Pastor Darrell Kwao, who hosts the Joy Business Report, he told me to ask you about your story of how you came into prominence. He says it's an interesting story, but he didn't want to give any of it away to me, so
Really?
I decided to wait till you get here.
How I came into prominence. I don't even know if I'm into prominence. That's for starts.
Oh, I think you are.
You think?
Yeah. There are, in fact, if you're not
Yes,
watching
you
us live on Facebook, you need to go there now, okay? Because all of her 4 VGMA awards are lined up here on our little coffee table, so you can come and see what she has been given awards for. They are all here, shiny and golden, and testament to her passion, not hard work.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm the third of 9 children. Lots of love at home. This has been a passion. I think I saw I could sing at a very early age in my life. I've just followed this dream, amongst other things I've been doing. And then I've been singing for as long as I can remember. I've BV'd for Francis AJ for years. But it's been song after song after song. Never been about an award, but then it's always been about, God, give me that message right for that season. And I think by one message after another, God has been able to amass for himself people who will support this ministry, whether physically, whether emotionally, whether financially, whether just by showing of love. Listen, there are a lot of silent supporters that I didn't know existed until this happened. And we've been around. We've been around, and God has just lifted us one step after another. Yeah.
Do you usually know, like, at the time you finish recording a song and you play it back to yourself, before anyone else hears it, do you know that this one's going to be a hit?
A hit, I don't know, but okay, so I'll tell you this. My executive producer is the one that I'll sing a song onto a phone and send it to him. And when I send the message, and it takes him 5 minutes to get back to me, I know I have to go back and work on it. But when I send it to him and he goes, "It's a hit, man."
Then you know you're onto
Then
something.
you know you're onto something.
Wow.
So no, it's never about when I've taken it to the studio. It's just when the message comes and I try to put a bit of flesh on it and I send him and he thinks it's something I can work with, then I know where to start from.
So talking about it's a hit, man. I like that one. Which of the songs did you send to your executive producer, and instantly you got the it's a hit, man?
So there was money. Well, work in progress. There was money, yo.
Okay.
There was okay. So something like Senchene, I didn't send to him on WhatsApp, but we're driving, and I started doing Ibinuma Sinkonya at the front seat, and he just turned. Then you know it's something to work with. So then there was Wasem. And then Adom, for instance, he didn't say it's a hitman, but it was just the message. And so these are things that it's never always it's a hitman, but it's just his response.
Okay.
The ones that he wouldn't give an approval to, it's never seen the light of day.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like the work in progress. So I'm not surprised you
Oh, yeah.
said it was a hit. It's a great song.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been monitoring Diana since she was Diana Entry Hamilton. Yeah, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, until you dropped the entry and made it Hamilton.
I haven't dropped it. I think what made it that was finding myself in the UK. And the UK is it's a place where they hardly do middle names. And so it's always the first and the second name. It's so funny if you have somebody who is called Jocelyn Miriam Hammond. And I'm a nurse, and so I know this for sure. You can go to the reception area and go, Miriam Hammond, and the person will not respond. You mention it for minutes, and then you have to go and you're like, are you not, where's Johnson? Well, Miriam is not my name, it's my middle name. And so they hardly use middle names. So this is where it started from. Being called Diana Hamilton.
Okay.
And then we decided it became like a norm, and then we used
It's a
it.
lesson in branding as well. It's one of the first things you learn, that make it memorable. The longer it is, the harder it is to
It
remember.
is to remember.
Right? It's the
Yeah.
same with phone numbers. You know when people advertise and they say, call this number or that number or that number. They give you 3 phone numbers. You can't remember which, you know. It's the same with names, I think. When it's short,
Yeah.
Madonna. You remember that,
It's
right?
crisp, isn't it?
But if she had been going around saying, my name is Madonna Louise Ciccone, who would remember? Anyway, we have Diana Entry Hamilton
Thank
in the
you.
studio today. And
And you know what? I'm funny with that. I know when to bring an entry. I know when to pull the entry card. Because my father was an apostle. He's in the Church of Pentecost, and so that entry, when you mention it, they know where it's coming from. So I know when to pull it, and I pull it when I have to pull it.
yeah. Sometimes you need to pull the
Sometimes you-
Pentecostal card. Right?
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that. I mean, it's played a very prominent role in your career, hasn't it?
Oh,
Your
yes.
spirituality,
Yes.
your
Yes.
your Christianity. Tell us about that.
So I was born into the church. I've stayed in the church. I haven't left. And I haven't left not because I've been indoctrinated, but I haven't left because I have come to have a relationship with the Jesus the church gave me. And so nothing can push me out of it. I haven't left because the church has fully supported me. I was given their stage when I was as young as 13. And I can walk into any branch unannounced and be given the microphone. They're such a family, they're such a force to reckon with. And for them to accept me and Diana Diamba, if you like, that's how any Pentecost person will address me. It's not, I'm never Minister Diana, I'm never Mrs. Diana Hamilton, I'm Diana in the Church of Pentecost. And for me, I see that as a family, and that support is amazing. It's amazing.
It just makes me realize that so many of the gospel artists I know, on a Sunday, wherever they go, they're likely to be given the microphone, right? It's just a thing. You're doing so well, so naturally, you know, when you're in church, they want to be blessed with you know, what you do. You're a minister, you know, in that sense. But does this job pay?
So when I was young and I loved singing, I so much loved singing I could run out of school and go sing. And my mother sat me down one time and said, my dad actually sat me down and said, Daini, you have the voice, you have the gift, but I wouldn't want you to be at a point in your life where if you don't sing, you don't eat. And so I would want you to have a profession so that you do this for the love of it. If there's any advice my father gave me that has helped me, it is this. So I came into this ministry, this industry, this mindustry, with that mentality. And because of that, I've maintained my profession as a nurse. Not because it's not taking care of me, because when you trust in the Lord and you work according to his will, ministry supports itself. And what I can tell you is ministry is supporting itself.
Okay,
But I have worked through when it pays off when you have walked through the process, when you have done your due diligence, when you have walked the walk, when you've put certain structures in place. And I think it's working.
Kwame Eugene, E.L., Sarkodie, Shatawale, Stoneboy.
Okay.
These people have all been where you are.
Okay.
None of them will say that their ministry supports itself. They will tell you that they are making big money. So is there something about the specific genre of music you do that doesn't make it as economically viable as others?
We're fine. Listen,
I mean, now you
I'll
speak for them all.
No, okay, so I'm speaking for myself because I am not in anybody's bank account.
That is fair.
I'm telling you this. I can say, oh, we're doing great, but it's very relative. Why is that? I don't know how much your suit cost, but if you tell me it costs 150 pounds or it's 200 pounds, the gentleman there might say, that's too expensive. I'll sit here and say, that's cheap. So what somebody might think, it's a lot of money. What I'm saying, ministry supports itself, might actually be somebody's huge money. So it's very relative. And so I wouldn't sit here and say, oh, we're making this amount of money or this amount of money.
Why not though? Why wouldn't you say that? We're interested.
Everyone is different. And I think it's very important that people respect people's stance on this. Somebody wants to put it out there, I'm that rich, I got that, I got that. But I can tell you that my Jesus takes care of me.
Okay. Your Jesus takes care of you.
He does.
Good. Diana, let's get to the awards night.
Okay.
So, I mean, prior to the awards, I've seen a few campaigns that Diana Hamilton should be Artist of the Year. But, you know, on the day, for many persons, it was between you and Kiddy.
Okay.
Kiddy wins Album of the Year. He wins Most Popular Song of the Year. Now, during Kiddy's statement, he says...
Did he win Most Popular Song of the
No,
Year?
you.
Oh, okay.
You.
All right.
Kiddy says, I will be back. At that point in time, it felt like he knows he's going to win it. You also had wanted the Artist of the Year. How did it feel knowing that, you know, particularly when Kiddy said, I will be back?
Did he know he was going to be back? I think.
Well, he said he was going to be back.
This award is be ready for anything, and so it's a statement he made. I also said Jesus is cool like that.
Yeah,
we made statements. He made a statement, and what happened, isn't it?
Were you expecting the Artist of the Year?
I say this, that God deals with me by elimination. And so after I have prayed, after I have worked, after I have done everything humanly possible, I leave it to God. If I get it, God wanted me to have it. If I don't get it, he didn't want me to have it.
Okay.
So with that mindset, I was ready for anything.
I'm going to ask you a question. You can choose not to answer it, but
Good. Thank you for giving
yes,
me that
yes.
option.
I'm going to ask you. For those, I mean, some people, and already there's a whole huge debate on social media, who say they don't think you deserve this award. For those persons who say, no, she doesn't deserve it, it should have gone to another person, what do you say to them?
Everyone has a nose, isn't it? So opinions are like noses. And everyone has one. The most important thing is I respect everyone's opinion. But I also would want to say that it would be very, very unbiblical if the whole nation said I deserved it. Because Bible says, woe betides you if the whole world, if everybody loves you, if everybody supports what you're doing. And so as much as somebody would say I don't deserve it, there's a huge number of people who think I deserve it because I did get it. So it would be very unbiblical if everybody on social media was saying I deserved it.
So what's it going to be like? What's your, and I'm going to call it reign because I can't think of another word, but that's kind of what it is. I mean, you're going to reign for a year, right, at least, until perhaps you win it again next year.
Right.
What's it going to be like? What are you going to do with this honor that's been conferred upon you?
It's an honor. It's a pat on the back to say, well done, you're doing something right. And so I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm not going to change the winning team. I'm not going to change the Jesus who did that. And the thing is, I'm not working on my own. But he has proven to me time and time again that he's able to do exceedingly abundantly above what I can ask or think of. So right now at the moment, I am at the edge of my seat, biting my fingernails. I can't wait to see what God is about to do. And I know that it can only get bigger, it can only get better, it can only get greater. So let's watch. I'm actually also the same as you. We're also watching to see what God is about to do with us.
Yeah, well.
Got your final question to Diana. So she says it would have been unbiblical if everybody said she deserved it. I like that one. That reminds me of my Sunday school days. But so if you hadn't won, who would have been your pick for the artist of the year?
Anybody on there would have won it.
don't do that.
Oh, no,
Don't
I will
do
do
that.
that. You gave me an option not to answer a question.
That was the previous one.
All right. I think I have the right to plead the fifth. I'll do that today.
But it does make me wonder. I mean, do you have favorites? Like, do you have favorite musicians? You're a musician, but
I'm
you
a
must
musician.
have your own favorite artists that
Oh, I
you
have
love
a
to
lot of
listen
people
to.
that I listen to who inspire me a lot. I never like to mention names, and so I'll plead a fifth on that. Don't let me mention names.
They would have loved to hear you.
Exactly,
when
you'd love to hear it.
When
Give them that praise. I'm sure they mention your name when we ask them.
they do mention my name when I ask that, but there are a lot of them. And you know, when I give my acceptance speech, I miss certain people. But if somebody blesses me, the thing I do is, I think with what we do, God is giving us a following. And at every point in time, when somebody's song hits me, I take to my social media and I talk about it. So I will do that when I have to do that. But let me plead the fifth on that today.
Diana Hamilton pleads the fifth. But she certainly takes the crown this year as VGMA Artist of the Year. And we're so happy you woke up after 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
To come join us. Luckily, we know exactly how that feels.
I know, right? I don't know how you guys do it. Like you do it 5 days in a week sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. I don't envy you, I have to say.
But we're glad you made the sacrifice to join us today. Diana Hamilton, everybody. And of course, for the coming year, she is our VGMA Artist of the Year. We're so excited. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll use this opportunity to say a big thank you to Team DH, to Reverend Quest, and to the pillars I mentioned on the night, who have been a great support, to the Church of Pentecost and to the body of Christ, to every Christian out there who supported, and every non-Christian out there who supported. Listen, I had Muslims singing Adum. To every child who asked their mother to play Adum, I said it that day. And to anybody who ever put Adum on their status. Did you not see people's statuses with Adum, the video on it everywhere?
I did.
Yeah.
I
So
did.
to everyone that did that, thank you.
Indeed. Diana Hamilton. Wow. It's exciting. And there's more to come on the Super Morning Show. So stay with us. We've got to troll Winston a little bit for
For what?
loss.
Because Kotoko lost.
Yes.
Oh,
So we'll do
but that
justice
didn't
to
finish
that.
long ago.
Gentlemen, you can't finish something that is ongoing.
Oh, it is
We'll
finished.
deal with you comprehensively later
Oh, don't
on.
worry. We are taking the Artist of the Year to Kotoko. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's bringing it to Kotoko. Thank you. Thank you.
You only got one, isn't it? We have 4. Everyone go
Yeah, they call.
All right, so we're coming back with that and more on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Front seat, events unfolding, a big casa, a big mimi. In fact, the door now cry, what else? And so I